Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Silver Lantern Archives. Today we continue on with the Dominion of the Riftborn. Our party has done something questionable as to what they should be doing, but they did it anyway, and as for what they've been up to and why, I'll leave it to the party to tell you what's going on and what they chose to do. Cornholio, you're on the chopping block. Tell us what's going on.
Uh, every time you say that, I get reminded of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Any hoozles. When we last saw the party, like the start, they had just discovered that fort we had all struggled to escape from, that all my retainers are at, and I'm assuming other people that we might need to save, has been absorbed into the red, basically a big ass red orb, which is apparently was known as a rift in this land. Well, after they found it, they returned back to the cave where Cornelius, I almost said Cornholio, damn UCC, and Ciel were lounging back behind because they had to make sure that Selwyn and Juniper were safe, and they explained what happened, which promptly led good old Cornelius to stand up and quickly attempt to make his way out the door so he could try to rescue his retainers. He cannot let them die without trying his best to save them. It's not a good look for his someone like him. But he was promptly wrestled to the ground by Xanth, and they proceeded to have a quick sparring match just to kind of get the energy out of Cornelius, I guess. Selwyn continued to recover despite the best efforts of Juniper, who was trying to make sure that they stay asleep so they could physically recover more, but the magic in Selwyn wasn't having it, and they just kept getting up. We all traveled to the Red Orb, and Selwyn proceeded to use the magic I don't even know if it's magic, I guess void energy, or some kind of crazy voodoo bullshit, to remove the remaining collars off of everybody. I think including the dog, right? The dog got their collar removed too, right?
Yes.
Okay. But due to this completely understandably unforeseen circumstances, she almost died again because someone decided they couldn't keep their hands to themselves.
Apologies again.
No worries, no worries.
He was trying
But
to.
No one
okay,
actually blamed. Yeah, no one actually blames you, Blue.
yeah,
I still feel bad.
yeah, you suffer enough. But yeah, we all got our collars off. She opened up the rift portal so we could all go in. I summoned my horse Bucephalus, and we all walked in together. Xanth and Cornelius are actually riding the horse together, so who knows? Maybe they'll end up in the same spot. But I'll leave that to the CC's wise decision.
I don't know if anything I do is wise, but chaotic maybe.
Yeah,
But as
entertaining it though.
y'all go through, most of y'all find yourselves looking around at a marketplace full of people going this way and that. You see a lot of humans, tabaxi, tieflings, and a couple Goliaths, as well as some strange frog people that are moving around. However, there's an issue, as you'll immediately hear a sound of someone eating shit as there is crashing.
Uh-huh.
Where exactly?
Right behind you, dear Father Dalton.
Wait, what the fuck?
As you whip around to see what's going on, you find Xanth kind of sitting on the ground. And as you look down, you realize she's not sitting on the ground. She's sitting on Cornelius, who has fallen face first on the ground.
Oh god. Oh god, what happened now?
I tripped.
The horse not make it?
Reaches around and pulls Cornelius's head out of the cobblestone.
Well, apparently, the horse can't come through the portal.
You feel something hit your cheek,
Right.
Cornelius.
Hmm?
You feel something hit your
like-
cheek.
How hard?
Not very hard.
I look up towards where it came from.
You found your horse. Problem is, it's about 2 inches tall.
I look down at the horse. That is possibly the most adorable thing I have ever seen.
It turns around and kicks you in the face. Doesn't really hurt, but
Easy there, Bucephalus. I'm sure you'll return to your majestic size eventually.
there's a snort
And
from the horse.
Cornelius will pick up the horse.
It does not.
Xanth will
seem
get off
happy
of-
about this situation. No.
Xanth will get off of Cornelius.
So, apparently the portal does weird things to magical shit. That's good to know.
The magic of this realm has a
Question?
chance of acting differently. What's up,
It was the Awkok, but I think you just answered their
Bella?
question.
Question was above table, but I mean, it can be in Bella's question too. Is the dog with us?
Yes.
Okay, because I had the dog close. I just want to make sure the dog made it. That's a very important thing in my personal life and in Bella's life in game.
You are still holding a boofer.
Perfect. I think it's now one other question. You said 2 inches. So this is a 2-inch horse that is like close to the size that the little mouse friend could ride, maybe?
It would be too small.
Okay. I was trying to figure out
It's
logistically
about
the size of
same
the horse.
size
All right.
of the. It's a little bit bigger, but not enough where they'd be able to ride safely.
Disappointing. Okay, that was all. Sorry to interrupt. I just needed to wrap my head around things there.
You're
Okay, get
good.
horse 2 more inches. Got it.
Cornelius will stand up, brushing himself off with his free hand and isn't currently gently holding his horse. Anyone got a carrot or an apple? Bucephalus seems kind of irritated about this whole situation. I'd like to make him feel better.
Baked goods for $2. Baked goods. Come on now, get your baked goods here.
I think being in a market's pretty convenient to buy things, but I don't know if we have the right currency for it, right? We do because even know if we have money, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So we've stuck in white robes.
Well, if I recall, Xanth took the pouches off those cultists, so they
I
might
have
have.
I was right, but we went through a portal, what we thought was going to be a big fight to go find the cultists, right? And we're in a fucking marketplace. So it just leads me to believe that maybe we went somewhere a little bit different than we thought we were going. But we're all together. That's a win.
If I recall just now, that guy mentioned the price of these baked goods. How much did he say?
Two
What exactly did he say? Lunars. Well, I could be wrong, but I don't think the currency we stole from the liberated, I would say, from those cultists will do us much good from in this world.
Fella's gonna
Maybe
look
we
at
should
Selwyn.
probably stop talking in the middle of a market square.
I mean, I think if we were going to get in trouble for anything, it might have just been all of us appearing out of nowhere, right? Like, that would have been obvious. Yeah.
You! You with the hair! And the things!
You
Miss
had to say
Sharpie.
something, brother.
Oi,
I'm going to be very honest. I have no idea who he's talking to.
Miss Muscle.
Yeah, Bella's just looking at Xanth. Like all I heard, right? All I heard was miss. Muscle's not gonna. I don't know if that'll do that much more because I think Xanth is pretty well built too.
I don't think she's near as built as Bella.
Well,
We
yeah,
got
Bella is
14.
kind of an answer, yeah.
bodybuilder versus lean muscle. So I think the muscle comment is toward Bella.
Bella, I guess, is just gonna look over at Xanth and be like, "All right, well, I guess that's me, and I'm not a people person. So here we go." And Bella's just gonna turn and look at the guy and go, "Yeah."
You see this big, hulking Goliath man, bald head that shines in the sun above him. It's a little hard to look at. Going to stew in an apple. Only 3 fens for 4 apples. Nice price. You look like you need something fruity.
Right. Fun fact, most of the people I'm with are pretty fruity, so I think I'm all right, but I appreciate the offer.
Oh, if your friends are fruity, you definitely need some citrus. I've got a good deal on oranges.
Right. Not too worried about scurvy, but do appreciate the offer. Just had some food. Thank you so much, though. And she's gonna start turning around away from this giant hulking man.
Oh, that's a shame. I think the orange would have gone nice with your hair.
You seem like a right nice man, but I just, like I said, we did just eat, and I don't have my wallet on me, so apologies.
Oh, I've got a question for you. What is scurvy? And what does
Uh,
that have to do with oranges?
Right. Scurvy is something I learned about as a joke from some friends. It's what they call when people don't eat enough oranges. Makes them sick.
Oh, is that so? Oh, I should use that as a selling tactic then. Thank you, miss. Here, have an apple on me.
You,
He throws you an
right.
apple.
You're very nice. Yeah, she's gonna say you're very nice. Thank you so much, sir. Just gonna just catch the apple.
Come and get some scurvy-ridden oranges. They'll get rid of your scurvy even if you don't know you've got it. You don't want to be falling sick now. Come and get your oranges. He's not talking to you. He's just yelling out into the tirade of people moving about.
You know what? Bella's just gonna look and be like, right, I think he's doing his best, and I don't know if he's the brightest one here. So, okay.
Well, at least you got us an apple.
Yeah, you're right, cornhole. That was really the whole point of coming in here, I think, was to get an apple. I'm real happy that that's what happened. Xanth, you wanted to go somewhere not here. Any suggestions then?
First things first. Looks at Junie and Selwyn. Suggestions on where we go. You know what you're doing.
Well, it always depends on what we end up in. It looks like some kind of market. Not sure what the problem's going to be. But getting out, finding some rumors would probably be the best way to start. There's always something going on in places like this.
Well, if it's rumors we want, then the best place for rumors is the tavern.
It's one place, I guess.
Cornelius will walk up to the very built fruit salesman. Excuse me, good sir. You wouldn't happen to know where the local tavern is, would you?
Oh, a tavern? I don't sell information. Might be able to do something if you buy some apples.
I see, I see. Well, I seem to be a bit light in the purse at this moment. You wouldn't happen to know how a man could make some money around here, do you?
Well, I suppose if you found something to be selling, you'd probably do pretty good. But you need something to be selling.
Yes, yes. What about whereabout might someone be able to sell, say, violent services, for example?
Why would somebody be selling violent services? That sounds like trouble.
Well, obviously, if someone could need the services of a bodyguard or something of the like, you know.
Then what would we need to be guarding bodies for? Are you
Well,
gonna do something weird with bodies?
I should say not.
I would hope not. That is what the guard is for. To deal with people that are doing strange things with bodies.
Ah, so there's a god. They wouldn't happen to give out bounties, would they? Maybe something that they can't handle that someone a little bit stronger could handle.
Not that I know of. We don't have bounties here. I've got a bounty of apples, though. Could require a lot of them.
Hmm. Well, if a man as strapping as you yourself has no idea about the bounties or any work for someone like us, then I can't imagine there was much to find. Sorry for wasting your time.
You have not wasted it. You've been attracting customers that come and buy my oranges.
You don't say.
Yup.
Well, I'm glad for the uptake in your business.
As am I.
And Cornelius will give him a good old salute and walk back to the group. Well, that was a bust.
What on earth was that? Weird people. I like weird people. There's the last thing you hear from him as you wander off.
This is a foreign land with foreign customs. I don't judge.
Okay, Xanth's gonna look around for. Honestly, Xanth's gonna look around for what looks like a guard.
Roll me perception.
Okay. Do I have my sheet up? Is the question.
Mm.
It's only a question I could answer. The answer was no. Dun, 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 dun,
It
dun,
was it was a good mystery while it lasted, though.
dun. Here we go. Da 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 da. Boop.
Nice.
As you're
Your rolls are
looking
ridiculous.
around, you hear a lot of people coming this way and that. You see some finer folk, you see some people more down on their luck, and it takes a little bit of work. I'm having technical issues. One moment, please. And we're back. Sorry about that. My cat decided to assassinate my computer. But we are back now. What was it? Oh, yeah. You were
Yep.
looking around and you see a good distance away, maybe between, in another, it's not really alley, but it's a street in between some of the stalls. You do see a set of guards dressed in red. You can see spears over their shoulders, and they are keeping an eye out on those moving about.
I'm going to assume that I don't recognize any of their emblems on them.
Nope.
Or you? Okay. So Dan's just gonna walk up to him.
The red color of their clothes, it wouldn't be similar to the color of the cloaks the cult was wearing, would it?
No.
Xanth didn't even point them out to us, so I don't even know if we know. We just see
Nope.
Xanth walk away.
Oh, that's a fair point.
But as Xanth starts to make their way over there, Xanth, how do you approach them?
Openly, I'm not holding any weapons. I'm just walking up. Uh, probably with probably someone that looks slightly lost.
Hello, citizen. What can I do for you?
Sorry to be a bother. I seem to be lost. Can you give me directions to any local inns or taverns?
A local inn. Lunaris is just outside the marketplace. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Look for the moon.
Look at the moon. Okay. Thank you so
Relatively
much.
cheap.
Fair enough. Thank you for your help. Quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
Or I guess another quick question. I am extremely lost. What city are we currently in?
Well, this would be the city of Aetherus. Did you hit your head?
I more so got very, very turned around.
You got turned around in Aetherus and forgot you were in Aetherus. You see his eyes kind of narrow. You've been doing drugs, lass.
No, I have not.
Well, then did you
I
hit your
would not
head?
be speaking as possibly. I did fall. I don't remember hitting my head, but you never know.
Well, then we can escort you to medical, if it will be most interesting to you.
I should be fine. do have some friends with me. We were just looking for a place to stay for the night.
Well, then let us walk you over there. We don't want anything happening, and we don't want you getting lost again.
Thank you very much.
Now, which way up?
I will lead them back to the party.
The party, after seeing Xanth leave, y'all see Xanth return, flanked by two armed guards.
Shit.
Ah, good. What time of the day is it right now, Stacey?
There's two suns in the sky, so you have no idea.
Well, shit.
Sans will
Great.
look at the party and just go, these nice guards here are going to help direct us into the way of the local inn.
It seems your friend here hit her head and may have suffered some brain damage. We really do suggest going to medical and getting that looked at.
Eh, we most
mean-
graciously appreciate the assistance.
I also heard of Bella. Bella, what'd you say?
Bella's gonna say something, but she's just gonna let it ride. She'll shut it.
We appreciate your concerns.
Anything else to that comment, Cornelius? Sounded like you were continuing
Oh.
on.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
Yeah, no, I heard you. It just sounded like you were continuing the sentence and stopped midway.
But she's quite fine. We just had a little bit of trouble getting it coming here.
Coming here? What you mean by that?
Well, we had a bit of a spill.
Oh, so we heard. And she forgot her homeland. It's quite the concern to hit your head that hard.
This is true. This is true. But we have our own medical professional with us. That they'll make sure that she's in tip-top shape.
Oh, I see. Well, I need a persuasion roll from
Mm-hmm.
dear Cornelius.
Mm-hmm. I have proficiency with this already, but I'm going to use a hero point to give myself advantage. 14.
You see little Junie gives a wave. Ooh, a nailer. Alright, just make sure she gets good treatment. We don't want anything going wrong. Better safe than sorry when you're dealing with head injuries.
Very true, but have no fear. Judy here is one of the best.
I've never heard of Joni. You sure she's one of the best? Is she a member of medical?
Ella's just kind of stand up fully from where she's been probably hanging out with the dog and just be like, uh, right, she's the best that we have. She's treated us good so far, and just ignore him. He's the one who made her fall, so he's probably a bit dumb in the head right now as well. Shouldn't listen to all he's saying.
Did he now? They immediately turn on Cornelius. Well, what you go doing that for?
They
Cordelia?
tripped. They were walking, and they just tripped over like a stone or something in the market. They weren't paying attention. It just happened.
Yes. Just a matter of some uneven road here.
They look down at the ground y'all are standing on, then looks back at you. Uh-huh.
And to be fair, she fell on top of me, so if anything, should be more injured, but I am perfectly fine.
You see,
Again, like I said,
the one in the back,
um,
not the one talking, leans over to you. If you need any help with your whatever he is, just come visit. We'll make sure nothing bad's going on. And if you need protection, we can help, even if you can protect yourself. Sometimes
Much
situations can be
appreciated.
rather emotionally charged, and we have your backs.
Above table, I swear to the gods, if I end up with another fucking domestic abuse card, I'm gonna scream.
But they pat you on the shoulder. Well, if you sure.
I am being
Yes, if you could just lead us to the inn. Well, Junie could look us over. And
Of course.
honestly, I think a good meal would help us all at this point.
I see. Well, follow me. We'll get you where you need to go.
Thank you.
as soon as the guards have their back to us, I shoot Bella just the
Cornelius,
dirtiest.
they
Mhm.
don't go up. One goes up in front. The other one stands next to Xanth where he can see you.
I am being painted in such a bad light right now.
Foot meet
When-
mouth.
Father
yeah,
Dalton
no
is just
joke. Right? I think that's what happened.
I was doing fine before shit. God dang it.
You really weren't.
You
We're
were
all
not. At
floundering.
that table,
We're
you
all
were doing bad.
Father
we're
Dalton
all
is just enjoying the moment and trying to keep his trap from like laughing.
What's CL doing during all of this? I haven't heard from him.
I'm just paying attention quietly.
Okay. So the guards start to lead you through the market, one staying near Xanth, helping to point out some of the more interesting stalls and giving them an idea of their family and where they come from. For the more well-known ones, they seem to all be from the local area in the surrounding farms. Some come from the mines off to the west. But for the most part, he doesn't seem to mention like any other cities or anything.
I did catch that. I'll mention. I'll have to mention it when we're alone.
Yeah. Hey, this was above table. This was a good way to get some fucking information. Xanth will nod along and play the we're gonna be playing the amnesia card and just asking all of the questions. Trying to get it to quote unquote jog the memory.
What questions are you asking?
Make sure I have the right year and stuff like that.
Well, you must have hit your head pretty hard there. This is the 13th year of the Second Age.
She'll probably also ask like for like stuff about like little things like the currency and
You've forgotten about
Maybe
the fens, really? Well, mostly what you'll be working on is lunas and fens. He pulls out two pieces, both worked in a the one made of what looks like bronze, and is made in a kind of square with rounded off edges. The second one is a more of a circle and is bright silver with a red core. These would be lunars and
Okay.
fens.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. And she's gonna basically seem like it's starting to slowly come back.
Roll me a deception check.
Da-da-da-da-da. You know, I'm also going to use a hero point. Let me take that off my sheet. Boop. Glad I used a hero point. Fuck.
He seems to be taking it. He seems to generally want to help. You see, he is still keeping his eye on dear Cornelius, though.
Cornelius has checked out and is currently just sloppily brushing his little horse.
Does he always play with toys like that?
I think so.
Well, I'm not gonna yuck his yum, I suppose.
I just have to say, above table, you know, like the one friend when you're possibly not of legal drinking age and consuming alcohol, like the one friend that whenever you say don't act suspicious and they're the most suspicious acting friend no matter what, I feel like that is Cornelius in every way, shape, or form. Act suspicious, just la la la.
Oh fuck.
While this conversation is going on, can I use detect thoughts to see if I hear anything on the surface thoughts of the gods?
Of the gods?
The guards.
Guards. Oh. Roll the spell.
It's got a verbal component.
Not if you're telepathic. You get one free use of it per day. That doesn't use your casting. That doesn't use vocal.
Yeah, it uses no components.
Nice.
Why is it 2 GM? Good stupid thing.
Probably because you were dying recently.
Oh yeah, last game. Yeah.
What you get from them is that they do not trust Cornelius.
No, really?
They are
Hmm.
worried he's trying to do something, and that members of the party may be involved. This may be a kidnapping or
Upon getting
grooming
that
situation.
Upon getting that information, I very, very slowly just start moving away from Cornelius in the group, like sort of just like going back towards the other guard.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. I sort of just like step backwards, like I'm trying to avoid direct contact, and in my turn. And I not in my turn, but you know what I mean. I'm done with my stuff.
Okay. Okay. Hey, miss, is one of the guards gestures towards Bella.
Bella will look up from paying attention to the dog and say, "Why,
Is everything all right with your pooch? You've been carrying it for quite a while.
sorry, is Cece breaking up for anyone else, or is it me and my headphones?"
No, it's Cece.
What? Gosh dang it.
Kind of I got something about Pooch, and I think you were asking if there's anything wrong with the dog. I couldn't tell.
Yes,
Sorry.
they were asking if something was wrong with the pooch as you've been carrying him the whole time.
Uh, yeah, Bella would just be like, yeah, she was hurt a while back before I got her, and we've been giving her some care to get her better. And so I just thought it was easier for her not to walk while she heals up a bit. She's a good girl.
I see. Well, I'm glad you're such a determined parent of your pooch. I don't want the pooches getting into too much trouble. They're such good beans they are. I've got a couple myself.
Yeah, agreed.
Keep an eye on my kids.
That's real nice to hear. They're about the best family or friends you could have, I think. And so it's important to take care of them. And she had a bit of a rough go before we found her. And I've just been trying to make sure that she doesn't ever have a rough go again.
They lean in. Are you all right, Pooch? Do you need to be taken to medical? The dog boasts. No, they got it. Alrighty then. You stay going. And they give him head pats.
I won't stop them. She's all about people caring about dogs.
Now, What's this about a ball? Did you lose it?
What? What?
I'm sorry, a what?
Oh, the red ball.
Bomb.
The
Is
one
there
the
anyone
doggo's
still
talking
close
about?
to Cornelius at this point?
Yeah, y'all are in a group. Unless Cornelius is running off on his own.
Bella didn't. So Bella didn't change her pace. She's just going along with the group, carrying the dog. Uh, he asked if there was anything about a red ball.
He asked, so what's this about the red ball?
Uh, and was that to Bella or just to the group
Yes.
in general? I guess is the next question. Oh, uh, I'm sorry, I didn't know anything about a red ball. Did is that are you speaking straight with the dog?
We? He said there was a terrifying red ball that did some damage to it. If something be hurting dear poachers, we're going to need to be worried about it. You see, his eyes flicker over to Cornelius before returning to you. Is there something to
She's
report?
going to just like she's just gonna pat his arm and kind of like say, right, I will tell you, while the loud one over there is really annoying, as far as I've ever seen, he's pretty harmless. And if he wasn't, and he tried to hurt the pooch or anyone I cared about, and she'll kind of like glance towards Xanth and be like, I would make sure to take care of that very quickly without any hesitation. I will be honest though, I am not able to speak the same language as the dog, unfortunately. Does she have a name?
Name? What you think? You got a name? No? No name? Oh, that's unfortunate, my dear. You must have hit your head and done forgot. Poor Boof.
And a red ball. Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
is quite sad.
They said
Yeah,
there was a big,
I
terrifying red ball. I didn't say much about it. But if it's spooking the poachers, we of the guard will help you deal with it. We don't want anybody getting in trouble.
I I really appreciate that. We wouldn't want anything to scare the dog or anything bad to happen to her at all.
The guard nods. Can you tell me where this bowl is, Boof? The dog barks back at him. Mm-hmm. Into it, you say? Hmm. I see. Well, that's some concerning circumstances. Well, we might need to go talk to the magistrate about that. We'll make sure that gets reported. Don't you worry about it, Boof. No. Once we get you friends over to the inn, we'll go talk to the magistrate. Come on, yeah?
Do we?
What's up?
I was gonna say Bella's just gonna kind of be like, just go, Junie, do you need to look over the dog a bit more to see if she's hit her head or is she all right?
We will when we
She's
get
gonna look
back.
at the guard. Did she say she hit her head too? Okay.
Well, either she done hit her head like a friend, or this story about the red ball is true, and that be rather concerning.
It
So,
does sound
I'll,
quite concerning.
we will talk about. I will go talk with the magistrate, and we'll make sure full investigation is looked into.
Right. That sounds like something that you really should do, and I think that you all sound like you're very good at what you do, and I appreciate that because I care a lot about the dog and the one over there, the redhead. She's quite nice as well.
It is our job to make sure the people are in the best condition we can here within the city. It is our duty passed on by our ancestors, and we will do it proudly. Now, here we are. Now, I would advise getting everybody looked over just in case. And would we be able to find you here at the inn should we have any further questions?
Uh, I think so. Yeah. I mean, as long as they got places for us and everything like that. I think we were kind of. Yeah. I think unless anyone has anything else to say, I think we'll be here, right?
If we're
Hmm.
not, we can always let the innkeep know where we're going.
Alrighty, and if you need any help
We
at
most
all,
appreciate.
don't hesitate to stop the guard.
But
It is our job to help.
thank you.
We
Very
most
commendable.
appreciate the assistance.
Saka, you asshole! You just stole my seat.
Was that in character or?
No, I was trying to fix my chair, and the cat just jumped into it. Just full on yeeted himself into my seat.
Can I get
Wants the warmth.
a perception check from Father Dalton and from Xanth?
Yeah. Oh.
Well, on point. Xanth on point. Double
As
points.
the guard is leaving, you see he makes a strange movement using the butt of his spear to tap twice on the stone, and just barely imperceptibly, you feel a little bit of magic swoosh by you towards Cornelius as the two guards then leave.
Oh my! Oh my! Oh my!
Once the guards left, Cornelius asked, "So, I feel I should address the elephant in the room. How are we going to pay for a night here?"
Right. You think that's the biggest problem that we have going on right now, right? Is us paying for a night here. You think that's the number one elephant in this room, huh?
In fairness, while not the number one thing, it is a concern.
Right. Are we not more concerned about the fact that now we have the whole entire city guard knowing who we are and a wonderful innocent who's never done a thing wrong a day in her life, Puppets here, has let them know that we walked through a giant red terrifying ball out of nowhere and just appeared here, right? No one else is worried about that besides me?
Out of
Not
curiosity,
sending off
Cece,
little alarms?
we're in the middle of a tavern right now, right?
No, you're standing in front of it.
Oh, okay, so we're not inside yet. And is there anyone that's still around?
Yeah, there's people on the street. The guard literally
Real
just walked away.
quick. Yeah. Real quick. I'm gonna pull out the coins that I have in my bag. Are they still that of where we came from, or have they changed?
They're still the old look.
Damn. All right. I'm gonna whisper to Junie. Do you know how we're gonna get around the coin issue?
Old coins usually work. Something about the rifts makes them not notice.
Fair enough.
They
Well, that's
say in a
good.
relatively low voice.
In that case, yeah, Xanth's keeping low. Xanth's just gonna just walk confidently into the bar or into the inn.
You see that this room is very well decorated with a lot of purples and silvers, but throughout it, you're seeing there are strange pinpricks of red throughout. You see there is a middle-aged woman with her hair tied up, standing behind or sitting behind a desk. Good morning, y'all. What can I be doing for you?
We could use a couple of rooms.
How many rooms will you be wanting, and how many days? And who actually entered the building with
Uh,
Xanth?
Father Dalton enters.
Cornelius as well.
CL, did you go in?
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. I'm sorry.
Alrighty, so everybody but
I didn't realize I was muted.
Yeah, you're good.
Cornelius will ask, "Do you have rooms with multiple beds?"
Will you get a couple of those? Yes, we do. Most
Cornelius will turn.
two beds to a room.
Cornelius will turn his hand. Might be better to buy three, so and just have people bunk up.
we'll need 4.
Xanthan Bella,
There's 6 of us, and then the 2 NPCs
And a dog.
and the
Right.
dog. But the dog doesn't need its own bed. It'll.
Oh, okay, yeah. Forgot to count the NPCs. That's my bad. But yeah, 4
Yeah.
rooms.
We're looking for. Let's start with a night and go from there.
Well, 4 rooms is going to go for one night. Is going to be, let's see, 2 Athari.
Above table, what's that equivalent in gold and all that?
You have no idea. The guard did not mention the Athari.
They said 2.
Yes.
I'm going to make the assumption that it's the gold, so I'm going to hand over that.
You see, she takes them, looks them over. Alrighty, 4 keys. Here you go. It'll be up on the 2nd floor. Staircase right
Thank
over
you
there.
so much. Xanth will turn to the group, look around. Will someone grab Bella, please?
I'll go get her. So Dalton heads outside.
Gotcha, we'll get to that in a second.
I mean, we kind of need Bella to go into the rooms, otherwise they're not going to know where to go.
So y'all are waiting on them then. That works. Is anybody else waiting, or is everybody waiting?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, Cornelius is gonna look around the place. How many people are here?
About 15. That you
15
can
people.
see.
And Cornelius will ask the innkeeper, "Do you have a place where a group of friends could enjoy a little privacy, just for good conversation?"
Your rooms.
A large group of friends, as Torius makes a circling motion indicating everyone here.
Your rooms.
Oh, I assume I guess they are quite large.
Cornelius, I'm sure that for temporarily we can all fit in a room.
Fair enough.
It's not like there's 20 of us. Oh
Fair
no,
enough.
you'll have to sit on the bed next to Varen. I'm sure you'll live.
I
I'm
just thought I
sure
would
you'll
ask.
live. I can speak.
Well, that's going
But
on.
yeah.
Father Dalton, you have walked outside to find Bella. Bella, what are you up to outside with the dog?
Bella has been just kind of petting the dog and making it look like she's just kind of checking on the dog, but she's also just, I don't know, trying to clock anything suspicious. Like if people are paying too much attention to the group of people that walked in the tavern or anything like that, being that they were escorted by guards, or are there guards watching, just stuff like that to kind of get an idea, being the not most individual.
The most people that seem to be paying attention to you is a young girl who runs up. It's a young tiefling girl. Oh, can I pet the puppers?
Well, Bella
Please?
just kind of will nod and I guess sit down or bend over because I'm pretty sure a young tiefling probably wouldn't be able to reach the height if the dog's in her arms.
No, not at all. She immediately buries her entire face in the dog's fur. Stop. Good puppers, good puppers. Pet. And it's at that point Father Dalton's coming back out.
Am I interrupting something?
And look at the little girl. Is he interrupting you?
Oh, who's interrupting me?
My friend. Is he interrupting you?
What, the pooper? No, not at all. He's so soft. She buries her face back in the fur. You can hear little screams of excitement coming from her that are slightly muffled by the dog's furs. The dog's just looking at her, just like, I don't know how I got here, but I'm okay with this.
Yeah. Bella's just gonna look over at Dalton and say, "No, just folks just making friends."
Alrighty. Well, we managed to get rooms for the evening. Group wants to meet up together so that we know which rooms we're actually going to, so none of us get lost.
Oh,
Right.
you should get
Then
lost.
Bella will.
She pats your hands. You go, be my friends. Oh, bye, Mr. Doggy. Bye, Mrs. Big. And she runs off.
Bella's just gonna kind of wave at her and be like, "Right."
Be wary
Just
of the
her to
con
go in with
man.
Dalton.
He's thinking about weird things again.
And Bella points over at Dalton and goes, "Yeah, this sounds about right."
What are you talking?
Sadly.
What are you talking about? I'm not thinking about anything.
I'm gonna believe her over you. Right, we'll head inside then, and she'll just start making her way inside.
You see the rest of the party is still waiting for you, with the innkeeper just kind of watching Cornelius.
Bella is going to walk up right behind Xanth, uncomfortably close, and just lean into her ear and quietly whisper, at least two here have been able to read minds so far. Just nod her head and give Xanth a little pat on her head and be like, right, where are rooms?
Follow me this way. And Xanth is going to go into like out of all of the 4 rooms, go into like the 3rd one.
Gotcha. They're just on a balcony above the main room.
Fair.
We're able to clock like where our exits are. Is it just up the stairs? Do we have an exit up here at all? Like before we
Not
go
up
in
where
the
you
rooms
go.
is what Bella's just
Main
wondering.
entrance that you see, the only real entrance you see is the main entrance at the front. There's probably other ones somewhere, but you can't see them from the room you're in, or where you are.
Cornelius will call the room closest to the staircase.
Xanth is going to grab you and pull you in so that you are with all of us.
Yeah, but I mean like later on, that's where I'm gonna sleep.
We'll
Once in
pile
the
into the
room,
one.
Bella. Yeah, I was gonna say Bella will go in the room and put the dog down on a bed.
The dog immediately flops down, just like dog.
Yep. We'll pet the dog, little scritches. Say, good girl.
So
Once
we're all
we're
good.
all,
Oh, good.
I was gonna say once we're all in, I'm gonna shut and lock the door.
You see Selwyn starts just put magic up over the door before getting told off by Junie not to use her magic yet.
While that's going on, Xanth is instantly going to look at Cornelius. And we are straight up casting detect magic.
With the spell
Yeah,
or the ritual?
if they're casting,
The spell. I'm not waiting.
You can see there is divination magic wrapped around his right leg and hip.
They've got a tracker on Cornelia.
Right. What did we expect? They were kind of led to believe that Cornelius might be abusing you or had kidnapped you or something, right? So, I mean, they didn't really think that he was a good person, and he didn't exactly make the case any better by vomiting from his mouth nonstop words.
I'm sorry, but who's the one who even mentioned my name involved in Sam's injury, supposed injury?
I mean, you could have
Do you
just
think?
gone that you tripped over your 2 feet and knocked into me.
I did say that.
Hey, you said you tripped over the uneven cobblestone, and where we were in an area where there was none.
Well, far be it from me from assuming some place in this city had uneven streets.
Right. Have you ever seen our friend CL over there? You know, the one that like rarely speaks, doesn't say much, and somehow seems to not be in a heap of shit all the time? Have you ever thought that maybe taking that path might benefit you just once in a while? Just not being the loud one time might be a good idea. I said that because you were blabbering so hard, the guards are starting to look at you like maybe they should arrest you. So I thought that, kind of get the eye off that. Um, might be a good idea. They didn't put anything on CL over there because, right, he's just been quiet.
Um, I'm good
I'm
at being
going,
quiet.
I'm going to ignore that suggestion and power through because this is not productive. I believe we should discuss what we've already learned about this city, and I find
Right.
something very
Right.
odd.
Maybe before we do that, we should make sure that the room is actually a good place to talk, completely quiet, right? And you know,
I mean, there's not much I can do. I can't dispel the tracking charm. And I don't know if there's audio.
Uh, yes, and sadly, I do not possess no power to dispel magic of any kind currently either.
Bella's just gonna hold a finger up for 1 second and say, Junie, Selwyn, since y'all are a bit more experienced in this than we are, do you have any ways that you kind of prepare rooms to be quiet from people hearing in, or do you know if there's anything that can be done about our dear friend Cornelius over here getting a magical tracker plugged on him?
I have a couple ways, but I'm not allowed to cast right now.
Has Father Dalton ever mentioned he's telepathic?
I don't think so.
Not to the group, no.
That's
I
too
kind,
bad.
I will kind of mention how, yes, I will say when I was listening to their thoughts, they did seem to have a greater focus on Mr. Cornelius.
Wait, you can do that?
Yes, I did. I not mention that.
Not at all.
Cornelius is going to look at you, Father Dalton, and like kind of press a finger to his head, like he's like Charles Xavier, and think at him. So you can hear my thoughts right now.
Sec thoughts has run out at this moment, so I don't think I can.
Uh-huh.
Has it been a minute since I activated it?
Oh yeah, it's been several. Because y'all
Yeah,
were
I
still
probably.
in the
I don't
marketplace
hear
doing
anything,
that.
but then you suddenly hear in your head. Yeah, I don't. You hear my voice in your head saying, "Currently, I can. Currently, I cannot. But can you hear me now?"
Yes, I can.
Yes. Sadly, my ability to do that as I tap my head is a bit limited. However, speaking wise, I am fully capable of. I think I tried to do it before, but and I kind of just point to my neck, preventing me from doing so.
Interesting.
I try to avoid some of the words that may be I don't want to use the word trigger words, but give response to something they may investigate.
That could be very useful, like later on. But as it stands, I don't think we can do anything about eavesdroppers right now, aside from talking softly.
Yeah, enough.
Right. So I understand talking softly, on board for that. My concern isn't as much about the people who could hear us in here talking quietly. It's about the fact of what I mentioned to Xanth, that at least two so far that we've run into in this very brief time have been able to kind of hear in various things' heads unexpectedly. God was able to just talk with the dog. She did a very great job. She was very honest. We are all very proud of her. Ella will give a look like, don't even question that to everyone. And then she'll say, and met a little girl outside while you were getting rooms who loved the dog, and she could hear in Father Dalton's head, or at least know what his thoughts
Which
were,
I still call,
intentions, or something.
which I am still calling incorrect in that statement.
She knew
But
you were a
if they
con
can
man,
read thoughts, it's a problem.
right? Like she knew right off the bat. She called you a con man, so we know that she got up somehow. She figured out some stuff going
I'm
on
not
in
a
your brain
con.
real quick.
I am not a con man. I'm a priest. Are you saying all priests are con men?
She's just gonna look at you.
No,
You
because I'm a
literally
cleric.
changed accent when you almost died and admitted that this is to be able to make people be more willing to give you money. So I'm not going to say you're a con man, but I'm not going to say you're not. Right? That fair ground we can walk on.
Okay, yes, that's fair ground. And then I kind of looked at that and said, like, yes, you are a cleric. You serve a god. I do not.
Which makes you no priest.
Say right. So could we just do like a quick, real simple? Maybe we're going to say these are a couple of talking points we're going to have, and we just focus on those because I don't think a religious debate's going to get us real far right now, right? So maybe we just pick a couple of things that we're going to focus on. We focus on those. Do we want Selwyn and Junie to run this little team meeting that we're having right now? Since you've done this before and we haven't, or how are we doing
Oh.
this?
Before that, I just remembered something. And Cornelius will walk up to him. Can you unlock the door real quick?
Lock or unlock? I didn't catch that.
Unlock.
Why?
Well, I'm going to put Bocephalus here outside the hall, and he'll warn me if someone's coming. We can speak to each other mentally.
Why don't you make sure that still works?
Cornelius will think at Bocephalus. If you can still hear me, stomp one of your hooves twice.
It walks over and stomps on your foot.
But does it do it twice?
It does it 3 times.
Yes, it still works. And actually, you know what? He can actually speak to me. He should have an intelligence of 6 right now. We can communicate with each other. It's 2 ways. So what the hell is Bocephalus saying?
Let me go look. It was Fine Steed, wasn't it?
Yeah. One second. I'll put it right here. Cool. Well, your seed is within one. You can communicate with each other telepathically.
It
And
doesn't learn the ability to speak that language. It understands it.
Yeah, but if you look further down, it says you can communicate with each other, so it can respond. It should be able to respond to me.
Yes,
and
but
don't
not.
dogs have like an intelligence of 6?
No, I think they're like a
So
3.
if the dog can talk,
But they
While
still
your
don't
seed is
have your
within 1
language.
mile of you, you can communicate with each other telepathically.
Correct, but it doesn't speak a language, so it's not going to be able to speak. It will send you other methods of communication.
It says it understands one language of your choice that you speak.
Yes, that you understand.
Okay.
Not speak.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't speak it.
So it will be able to completely understand everything that he's saying instead of like a dog who only get a couple words. With its intelligence, it fully understands your language. It just won't go, my name is Carl Badcaven, or anything like that. He's just going to go, let's put it this way, if you put him outside on watch and he's watching and somebody walks up, you're going to get a message of bitches walking up, physically seeing the bitch walking up. That's what they would be able to do.
I really hope that the bitch is walking up is just in like a subtitle, though.
Yeah,
Would be, I
absolutely.
think, an important thing. I think would be fun. Subtitle, just bitches walking up, and then the bitch flashes.
So it won't be an exact,
Right.
but there
Well,
is
that
a
was-
communication there. It's just going to be charades.
That's fine. That's fine with me. So Cornelius, yep, he can understand me just fine. He can hear me just fine. And Cornelius will think at Bucephalus, look, I'm sorry about your form right now, but once we're out of here, I will find you a mare. Don't worry.
You get a dirty eye from this horse. Just like, you get the distinct thing of, that's what you're thinking about. You're being judged by a horse.
This is
Xanthus
Cece.
is gonna go over to Persepolis and take them out of Cornelius's hand and just like turn them and go, do you mind keeping watch?
The
I'll
horse
find you
just walked
something
outside.
tasty to eat afterwards. I mean, please tell me it's not walking off my hands.
It tries.
Xanthus gonna just
Did
like
someone
catch it
say
and go,
that out loud?
huh?
Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
I was just gonna go, boy, I got an apple. Just hold the apple up.
What was
I will
Cornelius
put-
saying? What's Cornelius saying before we
I
continue?
want to point out, Cece, the steed is it's a summoned creature, and on Cornelius summoned it. I'm assuming it has the same predilections as Cornelius does.
You
No,
say this,
summon a
but I'm
spirit.
going to count.
You summon
I'm
specifically
going to
a
counter.
warhorse too.
No, I'm going to counter. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure, Raven, that at this point you've met the fucking moose in Tails.
Oh no. Oh no. don't turn Bucephalus into that
It's not.
monstrous
Effectively,
thing.
this thing is a warhorse and takes its job seriously. And you went, don't worry, I'll let you fuck if you do this for me. He's just like, this is my job. The fuck are you going on? Just give me an apple, damn it.
I'm going to put it outside with the apple.
He's
This is
just
gonna
gonna
be
munch
a
on it.
tiny little horse. Munch on. That's awesome.
Fucking heathens. Hit things outside.
Damn fucking Skippy.
Hey, this is supposed to be a horse of Ares.
Yeah. And you're acting
Ares
like
respects
a
women.
follower of Aphrodite who's got his fucking armor in a bunch. So he's a little annoyed.
I thought
Hey.
isn't Ares the god of war? Oh, not war. Battle, lust, and just straight.
Battle lust specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought there
Not
was a
just
comma
lust, battle lust, bloodlust.
Also,
there. I thought there was a
if
comma there.
he's summoned by a priest of Ares or that kind of thing, he's going to be familiar with Aphrodite's bullshit. He might have similar or
the Greek god of the Greek god of lust and sexual desire and passion is Eros, which is a child of Aphrodite.
Yeah.
And a child of Aphrodite and
I
who
don't know.
else? I'm pretty sure the child of Aphrodite and Ares.
Who are your parents?
Should we take a 5-minute break while you all discuss this?
Nope, I found it. He's right. Well, kind of.
It also could be Hermes.
It is
But-
listed as none, and then Ares and Aphrodite.
Yeah, gods are weird. Either
I'll
way.
stand by my statements. Yes, they are.
Excuse me.
But okay, so the horse is outside. The door has presumably been relocked.
Yeah.
You can hear
Right.
aggressive
Does
munching.
anyone else find it? Does anyone else find it odd that it seems like there's no they have no concept of any other city other than this one?
It might be a landlocked country. It could be that it's a pocket dimension that there isn't one. We don't know where we're at.
Yes, but it seems like they don't even have the concept of travelers. They just assumed automatically that you were a native here.
If there isn't
Possible
another,
that they don't get outside.
if there's not another region in here, it's not definite that there are other places. Not all of the rifts are big enough to have other lands. You might have some smaller farming villages in the area, but this area is likely smaller than our home.
Well, I believe you mentioned that the rifts link other worlds to this one. Yes.
They can leak other worlds, and that's not even a proven fact. It's a theory.
Right. So, not to be a pain, but I'm going to be honest. I feel like absolute shit. That was probably because I touched the rift and tried to kill myself. So, I'm going to need to get some sleep. Are we having a good conversation, or am I all right just to take the dog and go sleep for, I don't know, say 8 hours or so, maybe 10, depending on how the pup's feeling, or what are we doing? What is the plan? That would be helpful.
Bella, you get some sleep. I'm gonna go sit down in the inn, see if I can listen in on any conversations.
Right. Remember though, people seem to be able to hear inside people's heads, so might be something to just keep in the back of your mind. Maybe bring Father Dalton with you, who seems to be able to also hear inside heads. Or not. I
Looks
don't
at
know.
Father
Good
Dalton.
call.
You know what? I think I'll bring Sand. Not Sand. CL. I was looking at Sand's name.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll go along.
I think before you walk out though, Bella, could I just ask maybe when you come back if you want to bring some food? I think the dog would be hungry. I could eat.
The dog is
Smile.
staring.
I will bring his food back up with me. That being said, Bella, who do you want to bunk with?
I don't care. Whoever. Does
Okay,
anybody
then
snore?
I mean I don't.
All right. That's fine.
I've never heard any complaints about it.
How about this? I will be good to bunk in this room. Whoever wants to sleep in here is fine. Doesn't matter to me, if that's all right.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Junie and Selwyn and go, I assume you two are bunking together.
There's a nod.
I hand them a key.
Oh,
Dalton, who are you bunking with?
CL, you need a roommate?
Sure, I'm down.
Good. I promise to be quiet.
As do I.
All right, Bella, you're getting veteran as I am not going to subject the poor doctor to Cornelius.
Fine. You're a good person. And Bella's just gonna pass out.
Well, we should probably get out of here before so she can sleep peacefully. God only knows how horrible she would be if she got bad night's sleep.
Zan's gonna keep her mouth
I would
shut
just like
and
to say
start walking outside. I'm leaving.
Bella is an absolute delight. She's just an absolute joy to be around, okay?
Agreed.
Cornelius will follow you out.
Uh,
As will CL.
yeah.
Sam,
Uh,
how much of that money do you actually have on you?
a bit. Why?
Well, if you are going to hang around in the tavern, listening in for information, I could try going out and getting something for the dog, and maybe learn some more shit.
Maybe don't go off wandering around by yourself. To be quite honest, it'd probably be smarter for you to stay here and she looks at your ankle.
Very well.
I was thinking that make a trip to the market to maybe sell some of these equipment to have some coin if we need it.
I mean, we have coin, and we kind of need all this equipment.
I don't really need everything I have, but that's okay. I can do it on my time.
I could add also onto, sorry to jump in above table, but Bella most definitely has extra equipment that, unless people need it, is just being carried at this point.
I mean, if
So-
y'all don't want it, y'all can just give it back to Sailwin, and then we'll go back in the bag. Unless it's like the daggers or scimitars.
I was talking to scimitars for Bella because she has 2 of them on her, right? Like that probably just set around was more where I was at with it.
Right. I also have 2 daggers.
I just wanted to make sure we knew what we were
But-
talking about.
Okay. Yeah. I'm using the armor that I got from the tent.
Mm-hmm. So, sounds like CL's going to the market. Bella's taking a nap. Cornelius is staying here with Zam. Where's Father Dalton going?
Blue, you're
Um,
muted.
CL is actually going to run up to the room and say, "Hey, Bella, I'm going to run to the market to sell off my extra daggers. Um, just letting you know, in case you wanted to tag along, or I know you wanted to get some rest."
I think Bella would probably just like open her eyes and just kind of mutter below her breath, I swear I'm never going to sleep, and look over at the dog and be like, is anybody going with
I'm
you?
not sure. But I just wanted to see if you wanted to.
Right. Fuck it. I will sleep when I'm dead, or tonight, and she'll just stand up and grab the scimitars and like give the dog a little kiss on the head and say, you get some sleep, and I'll let Xanth know you can bark when you want out and she'll come get you. Because I don't know if Bella has any idea who's planning to stay here besides Xanth. So she'll go that route. Head out.
Awesome. Thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt your sleep.
Oh, no, you're fine. It's good. I did want us above table. Are we saying that Varen's staying with the dog? Is that kind of where we're
Yeah.
thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll just then ignore that Xanth would tell about that. She'll just let Varen watch with the dog and stuff, and she'll head out with CL.
And where's Father Dalton go? Did we lose Father Dalton?
That being
I
said,
heard him in a while.
I'm gonna throw him around real quick. Blue?
Oh, what the? Why did everything just explode for a second?
Because we were trying to
Because
get your
we
attention.
were
Because
trying-
we've been calling your name.
Oh, really? I didn't hear any of you.
That's why we threw you.
Blue, if you haven't heard us for a while,
Well, no, I heard you all talking about like where Dalton was going, where everyone was going. Yeah, I didn't hear you call for Dalton.
we kept asking where you were. What
Oh,
are you
I've been
doing?
sleeping.
Okay, so you're going to bed.
Oh yeah, no. Dalton has had enough of the last few days, and he's going to get some sleep in a comfy bed.
Fair.
All right.
They're not
so it
most
seems
comfy,
Dalton
but they
is going to
are
sleep.
decent.
Considering the last few nights we've had, this is better.
Yeah, which actually has a bed, yeah. So, which party do we wish to follow first? CL and Bella, or Xanth and Cornelius? As well, Sailwin and Junie are going to head out to get a lay of the land.
1 for me and Cornelius, 2 for Bella and Ciel. Me and Cornelius.
Alrighty, I'm good with that. So,
Okay. Before we leave, though, CL is going to establish a psychic connection between the four of us.
can you do multiple people?
Hello, everybody. Yes, up to 4 people.
Roll the ability.
And it's multiple ways. We can all talk to each other.
Yes,
Roll the
believe so.
ability for me.
Within 1 month.
I think technically you can have it connected, but we can't talk to each other. We can only talk to
You to me directly.
to you.
Oh, okay. Let me just pull it up.
Unless CC wants to run it differently. If I remember it correctly, I had the same thing with my psychic rogue.
It is the second to last paragraph. Psychic whispers. You establish telepathic communication with yourself and others.
So it is two-way. The
Alright, give me
chosen
a second.
creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak telepathically with them. That would have been useful 5 minutes ago.
I guess it's up to you, CC, to decide if they can speak to each other or only to me.
They'd only be able to speak with you. You'd
But you could be
effectively be
like
a
the
relay point.
mailman bit.
I believe. For a number of hours, the creatures can speak telepathically with you, and you can speak with them. So you'd have to be a relay point. You also have to be within 1 mile, so you might be limited on that. Depending on how far away they get.
I don't plan on going more than a mile.
Sailwind and them are the ones that might get a distance. Because y'all are still near the market.
Would the ability drop completely once they go past a mile, or would it just be like, okay, they're gone a mile, it doesn't work anymore, but when they get back over the mile and the time's not up, it goes back on?
It
Like
turns
a
back on
lost
if
signal?
they get back. Yeah.
So it's not like a group chat. It's like an individual, each
Yeah,
person text box.
pretty much.
It's like walkie-talkies, but they're not all connected. It's
Right.
just a two-way walkie-talkie.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeet.
dispatch. Okay, I'll do it anyway, regardless.
It's a good idea.
Who are you marking?
Just 4 players that are in downstairs right now.
So Xanth, Cornelius,
Wait,
yourself, and that's it?
Wait,
And
is
Bella.
it 4?
And Bella, right, yeah.
It says the number. Yeah, Bella. Sure.
If Bella's going with you, I would recommend skip Bella and go with like Junior, Sailwind, someone like that who's going away from.
I think you can still get one of them, because if he can get 4, he
Okay.
doesn't count in that
It says no. It's 3. Okay, so it's a number of creatures equal to your
that was like
proficiency bonus.
4.
So that would be 3.
number. Which is 3, okay, yeah.
My
So you'd be able to
proficiency
get 3.
bonus is 3, I think.
Yeah, it is, because you're level
So
5.
I'll choose Selwyn. Since I'm with Bella, I'll choose Selwyn and Xanth and Cornelius.
Gotcha. Easy enough.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just so we can communicate in case something happens.
Alrighty. Then, as you guys are heading out, Cornelius and Xanth, you are back downstairs.
I am going to see what's on the menu today.
Stew.
What?
Stew. A nice hearty stew. Each bowl will be worth
Fair enough.
2 lunars.
I'm going to hand over floor silver.
They take it, and you are given 2 big bowls of stew, along with some bread.
Oh, thank God that was on total guessing.
So you have them. They're
Thank you
steaming
kindly.
hot. There are people
Cornelius
moving
will,
about.
I'm. What are you asking, Cornelius?
Cornelius will ask if they have any good drinks, any wine or anything like that.
Let's see what they have. They have some ale. They have some tea. They've got some common wine. They've got some fine wine. They've got some blood wine. They've got some glowfire wine. They've got some tequila. They've got some rum. And they have Shadow Dark Ale.
Cornelius will ask about the fine wine.
Fine wine will be 7 lunars for a bottle.
Well, Xanth, would you like to share a bottle with me?
Xanth just gives you the look of, am I buying?
Considering you have all the money, because I'm pretty sure that I didn't take any money when we were
You
raiding that
didn't.
place, and I don't have any of the gold I had in my starting gold. So, yeah, currently bankrolling this operation.
What's the wine under fine? How much is the one under fine?
You can get some common wine for 5 lunars.
I will hand over 5 silver.
They take it, and you are given some wine. It is a beautiful red.
Oh, good. A nice red wine to go with the stew. Perfect.
And then going to get a seat. Kind of in the, not like the super middle, but like the middle back. Kind of in the center of everything, but also to the side so that it's not like super center. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
You join in, Cornelius?
Yep.
And what will you do as you're sitting at your table? You can see the rest of your compatriots head out the main door, leaving just the 2 of you.
Cornelius will start eating his stew and take a sip of the wine, but he's also keeping his ears open for any conversations that might pertain to specifically strange folks other than us, of course, or the appearance of some sort of fort, or just all around. He's listening in for anything that might help us in our current situation.
Okay, and Xanth?
Xanth is also listening and she's eating, but she's pretending to drink the wine. After the interaction with the last alcohol, she doesn't want to be intoxicated unknowingly.
Yep. As y'all are sitting and waiting, you're hearing a lot of talk going around. Most of it seems about people's day, some business transactions, how one of the villages out to the south is doing. And you hear about what seems to be a festival coming up in the next few days. But nothing about any strange people moving around. Nothing about any suddenly appearing buildings. None of that.
I want to listen more about, see what I can get about this festival.
It is a harvest festival, as it seems to be somewhere in what you would equate to be fall, as they are doing the last harvest of the season before winter. There is going to be some kind of fair and a large market is coming in.
And how many days away is it?
About a week.
Do I
When I
also hear this
was
conversation?
What'd you say?
Uh,
uh
do I also hear this conversation?
No, you're not listening for it, so no. It's
I
not
was
one of
listening to the
those.
exact same thing
Yes,
as
but
Kyron
you're
was
also
listening.
focusing on other things.
Uh, Damn, my poor passive perception.
Xanth was listening to a, but you were listening for specific words and specific things, not the general consensus, which is more what Xanth was doing.
Okay.
yeah. Wording. Uh when I was talking to the guard and getting like the feel for like the time flow, how many days are in a week here?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Ugh, I'm gonna use a hero point.
Seems to be 8.
8, okay. Intelligence is not my best stat. Cornelius, above table for your information. You would have remembered Xantha as a lot more intelligent. Um,
And speaking of that, if it helps you at all, you'll probably remember Cornelius. While yes, he was a complete ass, he also had a strangely uncommonly good memory. So if you want to tell him stuff so he'll remember it, that could be a thing.
yeah. Well, once she figures that out, she's um gonna talk quietly, but go. It does inform you that one, there's 8 days in a week. And there's something about a festival, and based on what Junie and Selwyn had said, that's probably something's probably going to happen then, which
Cornelius,
means we need to buy another 8 days worth, or another 7 days.
Cornelius is going to look at you while continuing to eat his stew, and in his mind speak to Ciel. Will you please tell Xanth that if she needs to communicate something secretly, she needs to remember that we have this link now. But yes, I understand what she's saying, and I will attempt to look into that.
I will tell Xanth. Hey, Xanth, Cornelius says that he understands and he will look into it. Um,
Xanth, Xanth will thank CL and then look Cornelius dead in the eye and go, we don't need to use him as a carrier pigeon.
Cornelius will speak will speak softly. I thought that's the reason why we had him do this.
Xanth's just gonna put a finger on her head and just very subtly tap it. We are playing charades.
Are you telling me to think? Think, Mark. Think.
Roll me insight real fast.
Oh, that'll work out great because I have a -1 in that. There you. Oh, what the hell?
What the fuck?
Oh,
You don't
sorry.
like
I hit my multi-click hotkey. Sorry.
So
right
that's
next
a
to my.
fair.
9.
Yeah. So you don't get fucking.
They're either asking you to think, or Xanth missed you more than you think.
What'd you say, Cece?
Either Xanth is informing you that you need to think, or they're trying to give you a subtle signal that they missed you more than you thought they did.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna turn away from that last one.
You're
That
the horn dog, not me.
yeah, but he's
I
pretty
don't
sure
think
that nothing's gonna happen there. Pretty
I
goddamn
feel
sure.
I feel like Cornelius is the one that's blocking it out. He's got more trauma.
There has been a lot going on. But Cornelius will say softly, "What do you need me to think about?"
Xanth is going to lean in and just whisper in your ear, I'm literally pretending to be an amnesiac. Play the part.
Ah, character. So what exactly do you want me to do here? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Xanth's not as. It makes sense that she's talking about the dates and how all that stuff works because she's supposed to have lost her memory. So it makes
Oh,
sense that she would be talking about it because we're
oh,
trying to jog her memory.
okay. So in that case, Cornelius was like, well, yes, that is the case. There are 8 days in the week. Man, you must have really bumped your head badly.
I do have a slight headache.
Well, that is what happens when you fall directly into my armor.
It would appear to be correct.
So, 8 days to that festival. What should we do in the meantime? See about earning some. Character, what was the name of the currency again?
Which one?
The
Lunars
large.
and it was Lunars and the other two had odd names.
You have heard the name Fens, Lunars, and Elthari.
Can you put those in chat?
Uh-huh.
And can you tell? And can you show the correlation between gold, silver, and copper with that? At this point, we know what the gold and silver is, and can make an inference on what the copper is.
As far as y'all can tell, the Fens are made out of brass, not brass, bronze. The Lunars are made out of silver, and you're guessing the Elthari are gold, but you haven't confirmed that.
So it would be more prudent to say this. We should probably look around and see if we can't find a way to make some good lunars.
Or just use the word coin.
Okay, oh, yeah, coin. Make some good coin.
Hey, moving around a bit would probably also help jog my memory.
I would have to agree with that. Seeing some familiar sights should help. Should help connect the disconnects.
But Xanth is going to continue to eat her meal at this point and listen in to see just if anything else pikes her interest.
Gotcha. And for Cornholio,
Cornelius will ask a little, just a normal speak. If you wish, I can ask the tavern keeper to see if they have anything cold to put against your head. You know, help with the pain. I'm using that as basically a preface to go over there and talk to the tavern keeper.
I think that would be a wonderful idea.
Right. Cornelius will stand from the table and head over. The tavern keeper was female, correct?
yes.
Excuse me, madam. You wouldn't happen to have anything chilled to maybe some ice or something that I can take to my friend? They have a slight bump on the noggin and could use it.
We have frozen meat, but you're gonna have to purchase it.
Oh, perfect. After they use it to cool their injury, we can give it to the dog as a treat. How much?
4 lunars.
Very well. I shall return. Cornelius will come back to the table and ask Zan for the four silver pieces.
Can I get a perception check?
From me.
Uh huh.
Okay. Yay!
Cornelius, as you're walking away, you notice the woman shakes her head, and somebody from the door behind, it's probably one of the waitresses who's dealing with the tables. Man, she's got him whipped already. Poor boy.
God damn it, Cece. God damn it. Cornelius will just grit grit and bear it as he walks over to Xanth to ask for the money.
I give it to you.
Cornelius walks back over and pays the tavern keeper.
You see just briefly the waitress before she goes in gives you the most pitying look before going back into the kitchen. As you waddle
I try
back
my
with the gold, the silver from
I try my best to be very poised but my nostrils are definitely flaring at this point. Mhm. Mhm.
You see, she gets it and gives you what looks to be a frozen slab of meat.
You have a towel I can use.
There should be some in your room.
Oh, thank you. Well, I actually got you here. You wouldn't happen to know any methods of which a man could make some good coin around here, do you?
By getting a job?
Aside, well, obviously, but what kind of job would be around here right now? Anything, maybe something related to the festival.
If you're looking for the festival in a few days, they'll be hiring volunteers, but that's not paid work.
Hmm. Anything you know about that is paid work? Anything at all? I am not picky.
You could go try to get a job as a waiter, a washman, carpenter. The same as usual with getting jobs.
Hmm. Well, I'm not very good with tools, but I guess a, I guess a washman wouldn't be too out of pocket. You wouldn't happen to be hiring, would you?
Unfortunately, no.
Hmm.
We don't
Know any
hire
place that
men.
is? Ah. Know any place that does, or is currently hiring?
Well, there are several other inns you could visit. As for whether or not they're hiring, I would not know.
Well, thank you for your time anyway. Good day, madam.
Good day.
And Cornelius will walk back to the table and say in a low voice, well, that was a whole lot of nothing.
He raises an eyebrow. And takes the slab of meat and pulls out a handkerchief and plays the part of putting a cold compress to her head.
And I will continue in a low voice. It would seem that the very concept of of jobs here is very lackluster. It's in terms of what our expertise lies in. It's all woodworking, waitressing, washing, all the mundane stuff.
Cornelius, are you above being a dishwasher?
Not at all. I had a lot of experience with that back in training. Many a sleepless night went on scrubbing all the pots for all the food.
Did you
And
ask if they were hiring here?
yes, but apparently they don't hire men. I was directed to check in with the other taverns, but I have the strangest feeling I won't have much luck in that endeavor either.
Maybe if you stop acting like a spoiled rich kid.
I thought I was being very tame.
Cornelius, your idea is tame as a raging bull.
This is fair. This is fair. I can't exactly turn down years and years of noble training.
You know, it might not be as hard as you think it is.
Oh, I'm sure you would be the expert at it.
Cornelius, roll insight.
Again, and let's see if this does any better. No.
No, not at all. Stance doesn't give any response to that. Just cool and collective. Above table, we need to work on your insight.
Yeah, my wisdom is definitely not my good suit, my good strength. I put all my good rolls the strength and
Oh,
charisma.
Continuing on.
that being said,
Is there anything else the two of you would like to do while y'all are relaxing in the inn?
I am going to see if I am going to go up to the innkeep and ask if there's any desserts on the menu.
Well, we're going to be making cake later tonight.
Oh, what kind?
We're going for a nice carrot.
Sounds delicious.
It will be 1 silver piece per or not 1 silver, 1 lunar piece per slice.
Uh, can I pay ahead?
Of course, and we can have it brought up to your room.
I would appreciate that. Um, I will actually give her 4, or well, okay. I have to give her a gold piece because I'm out of change. Um, but I want it was 2 silver per slice or
One.
2 lunar per slice. one lunar per slice.
Mm.
So I'm going to buy 8 slices, one for each member of the party.
Then you get 2 lunars back. They are actual lunars. The circular design with the red core.
Perfect. And after I do that, I'm going to whisper. Contrary to my companion, are you actually not hiring, or is it just because he's a pompous ass?
We only hire women.
I believe I mentioned that.
You did. Above table, you did. They could have been lying though and just didn't want to hire you. Is there by chance a possibility that I might be able to work a couple of shifts the next couple of days to make some extra coin?
Are you trained in any of the waitressing or caretaking?
I specifically worked as a waitress for a couple of years.
Then we can see about getting you some work. We'll need to
Appreciate it.
doll you up a bit, though. You're a little more rough and tumble than most of my girls.
Surprisingly, I'm told I clean up nicely.
We'll see.
Thank you.
Report in before the third moon rises.
Above table, based on the information I got about time, when's that?
That wasn't one of the things that came up.
I am going to apologize as this seems very silly. But, as you can see, and holds up the steak, I took a bit of a bump on the head. When will that be, please?
Just before the sun's rise. You'll have about an hour and a half.
Based on what I've figured out thus far, I can roughly guesstimate when that's at, right?
Maybe. Could you imagine if you just keep looking outside, you'll eventually see a third moon start to show up.
Fair enough. Okay. And it was just before the two suns rise, basically. An hour before.
About an hour and a half before the sun's rise, when the third
Okay.
moon is rising.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
There's a nod.
I am going to put the meat back to my head and go sit down and inform Cornelius that I have ordered dessert and secured myself a job.
Oh, dessert, hey. What's on the menu
Carrot,
for that?
carrot cake.
I hope they
I
use
wanna-
I hope they use raisins. I like it with raisins.
Above table, the gag that I just did.
It has an interesting mouthfeel with it.
Here's the thing: is that above table, I don't like carrot cake,
I love
We're
carrot cake.
just gonna
and
leave all that on the table. Y'all are gonna go chill there. We're gonna go check
Yeah.
on the others.
Yes.
CL, you and Bella have just left the inn. What would you like to do?
Head back to the market that we were in before.
Gotcha, it's easy enough to find.
Um, and look maybe for some sort of blacksmith or weapons seller.
Alrighty, roll me a perception check. It takes you a little while of looking, but along of the set, not in the markets themselves, but along the outskirts where there are shops, you do find some blacksmiths out there. As you go in, though, you do notice something immediately. Unlike what you're used to, there doesn't seem to be a lot of weapons and armor here. There seems to be some, but most of it seems geared toward the guard.
So, like, the general public doesn't carry weapons.
Not that you've seen. You'll see there are a wide selection of daggers and the like, smaller self-defense based weapons, but you're not seeing halberds, longswords, axes, anything that nature. You see axes, but it's wood cutting axes, not war weapons.
Okay. Um, on the way there, I was gonna ask Bella if she was gonna sell the scimitars as well. Bella, are you selling the scimitars?
Right. Yeah, I don't need them. Unless I don't think anybody else said they wanted them.
No, I was just trying to make sure we had some survival money for the next few days. Um, so I guess we'll walk in and talk to the clerk.
You see the buffest elf you've ever seen. If he wasn't tall, you would have thought he's a dwarf. What you want?
Hello, hello, kind sir. Just looking at your fine selection here, and was wondering if you also purchase weapons.
Yeah?
Uh,
I might be able to do something like that. What you selling?
As this voice
I pull
does
out.
not match. He is taller than you. He is taller than Bella by about a head. And he is bulked up. Very similar build for Bella, but a little bit wider because he's a dude.
Um, I pull out the two daggers.
Now, are you looking to sell some daggers, are you? Still got too many in your collection, or is it kind of a starting to fall apart kind of situation? The leather looks a little worn.
Uh, you're the expert. I'm just low on coin, and this is all I have.
I feel those days. Well, slap them on the table. We'll see what you can do.
Okay, I do.
He picks. How many are you putting on the table?
Just the two that we got from the guards.
He picks one up, flips it, starts looking it over. Balance looks a little off. Strange, strange design. Haven't seen one. Leather's rather worn. Hasn't been cared for all that much. Little bit of rust at the base of the blade, just near the cross. Probably can get one a 30. A 30.
For each one?
For each one, yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
He'll take both of them from you and hand you two golden triangles, which seem to have the representation of grand spires with this massive. Okay, who am I echoing off? Hang on.
Maybe me.
Yeah, double check your mic real quick. But you see above the spires is this large red eye. And you can also see little veins of red flowing through the golden spires. On the
So
other other
this
side,
is a different. I'm sorry. Is this a different coin than the one we saw at the other place?
yes,
Okay.
the other size seems to be made of still the gold numbers, but you see little pinpricks of red, which probably represents stars and a bunch of strange arcane runes. They are constantly shifting and moving. over the coin surface.
Interesting. Thank you.
Not a problem. Is there anything else you'd be needing?
I look at Bella.
Right. She's just gonna set the 2 scimitars down and say, "These."
What are those?
What are they?
Oh yeah, I ain't seen nothing like that. This looks like an antique piece. He picks it up, starts looking it over.
I mean, I don't know if they're antique or not, but I'll tell you they do a pretty good job of cutting your enemies down if they get in your way.
Whammies, you been cutting.
It's been a bit, but I've spent a bit of time in fighting situations.
Against who?
But
You been
I don't
killing
think you'd know
folk.
them, as I said, for a long time, friend.
Oh. Um. He's gonna push the weapons back to you. I think you might need to go then.
Because antiques from a long time ago were used in war. In your lifetime, there's never been a war before.
What's a war?
No, it's evidently something that's not common around here.
I think I'd like you to leave now, please.
All right, she'll leave. She doesn't care.
We'll leave.
He looks very concerned.
Bella's
Maybe
not
the
going to throw a fit about it. That would be
yeah.
like the dumbest thing to do in her mind is make a big deal out of it.
You do still
She's
have the
like-
Walk
scimitars,
away.
by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she picked him up when he pushed him. Yeah, like pushed him
Yeah, I was
back. She
making
just
sure
picked him up.
you still have them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. She's just gonna, I think, look over at CL and be like, right, so this place has guards, but they supposedly don't have any war. I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit on that right off the bat. That doesn't happen ever,
Right.
anywhere. It doesn't
I don't
exist.
I don't believe there's no conflict whatsoever. I believe something has happened to these people where they've been brainwashed or um I don't know. I just don't believe that there's no conflict. What, they don't need weapons like at all? It's just self-defense from daggers.
I think, yeah, the whole thing seems really fishy because if you think about it, the guards instantly were concerned about Xanth, which is fine. I'm not saying not to be concerned about people, but they instantly tagged Cornelius as maybe someone bad, and it felt like they were ready to take action against him. But then we go up to the biggest, beefiest supposed weapon salesman around here, and he magically thinks that there's no such thing as fighting or people dying or killing. I mean, I hate to say it. I'm not saying you look like you kill people, but I know I do. I know exactly what I look like. And I mean, you kind of look like you kill people, to be honest with you. I don't know if you do or not. You just look like you do. And so it just seems strange to me that this whole place is going to act like nobody ever hurts anybody. And they can all read each other's minds or like talk to animals. It's just, this place is
Creepy.
weird. And I think, yeah, I felt I came from a weird place, and then we just came from like a weird place. It just seems like everywhere we go is just fucking weird.
Right. Well, we just need to get our folks and get out of here if we can.
I don't.
Go ahead.
Well, we can't get out of here until Selwyn and Junie let us know how we get out or where we go. I thought
No,
came
what I
through
meant was,
here. This is where
I meant
they
was,
said the castle would be, right?
I meant when I said get our folks, I mean rescue the people from the keep. Of course, I don't know where those people are now.
That's why I was going to ask. Did they say that it should be here, like where it went through, we would go through into the same place? Or is this like some weird thing that we're just going to keep having to bounce around places forever until we end up where we're supposed to go?
I don't think she said, but my guess is the people we're looking for are here in this place that we're in now. I can I can link with her real quick and ask her. I'm gonna check in with Selwyn and be like, "Hey, Selwyn, what are you making any progress?"
Still getting
Bella
around the
asked you
city.
to ask her something.
Sure, Bella.
Well, I guess one thing Bella's gonna go, what do you mean you can ask Sil when she's not with us?
Oh, I made a psychic link. I forgot to tell you while we were there. I can speak to her psychically.
I swear, everybody is just in everybody's fucking brains. Like it's not weird to do that. Right. Well, with your link that you have, could you ask her if it's possible that those cultists could have done something to the brains of people here,
Yes,
if
I
they're
will.
here?
I mean, this.
Right.
Yeah, I can ask her. I think once we all get back together, there's gonna have to be a large discussion about where the hell we are. But uh, I go ahead and check in with Selwyn.
They say
Say, hey,
they're still
Selwyn.
walking about, getting to the land, because you didn't go very far. They're probably still just in the streets somewhere.
It seems the people here don't have any large weapons and don't know what war is. Have you heard of that before?
It's not uncalled for. If there's no one else to fight with, might just be them. There'd be no one to war with, especially with we're in a smaller region. I haven't seen any larger weapons either. Only ones that seem to be armored in any degree seems to be the guard, and they're not heavily armored.
Does this seem like a police state to you where the people are uh, being forced to submit?
Not that I've seen, but I've only been here a few seconds.
Okay. It's just a weird place.
Above, above table, they don't use large weapons at all, but nobody thought it was weird that like Ella walked in with like two giant scimitars on her back, and Cornelius walked in with like a large sword or whatever he uses to swing. Like no one seemed to clock that as strange.
I was
None of
ducked
the
out
other
in
people have
heavy.
looked at it. They've been sheathed for the most part. They're just things.
I'm
Well, I would
walking
just, I
around.
mean, Bella's are like a, sorry, go ahead.
I'm walking around in heavy armor, a spear on my back, sword and shield on my hip, and they'll give you a second glance.
They
I was gonna
probably
say
think it's a
Bella's like
fashion
is not
statement.
wearing. Okay, I was gonna say Bella's not wearing armor. She's just got two giant scimitars hanging off her back that are very noticeable, and probably a shield, I think. So that's why I just wanted to check that no one thought that was strange. Okay.
Nobody said anything about it.
They probably just looked at you weird when you weren't looking. Um, so let's do this. Is there just that one blacksmith, or is there multiple?
Oh, there's multiple. There's just the one you walked into first.
Um, hey Bella, let me get a crack at filling those scimitars at the next stop.
Right, you go crazy. I mean, I think if you're worried about coin, Zant has all the coin we took off folks. I'm sure while we're here, hopefully it's not that long, but if we're here for a bit, we could pick up work, if we need to, right? But yeah, you go for it. I don't use them and nobody wanted them. I'm just carrying them around. If not, we could have them put them in that bag that like throws campfires everywhere.
Right, right. No, I will keep them if we can't sell them. I'm just I don't want to be without resources at all. You know what I'm saying? I feel more comfortable if we have something that we to get us through. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next one, the next blacksmith. Walk in and see what we see.
You
Bella will
see.
just,
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
gonna say Bella will, fuck yeah, man. Bella will go in. Never mind. I was gonna say Bella would hang back, but she'll go in. She just doesn't plan to get involved. We'll just kind of go in.
This time there is a much smaller dwarven woman. What you want?
Good day, my lady. Just wondering, in this fine store you have, do you also buy weapons?
Yeah,
Uh,
we can buy old gear if you need be. Selling old daggers that we don't use anymore.
No, these seem like another blacksmith told us these were antiques, and I show her the two scimitars. We found these on the outside of town, and I'm just trying to see if they have any value.
Well, she takes it and looks it over. Ain't seen these in a couple thousand years. Not since the old breaking, I don't think.
Yeah. Uh, are they like
Oh.
valuable or?
Not much to anybody other than a museum, maybe.
Or you can't like melt them down and repurpose them or anything?
Well, I mean, yeah, it can, but it ain't gonna be worth much.
Or how much do you think you could give me for them?
Well, if I'm melting it down, maybe 5 a
How much would they go for at a museum?
Don't know. Don't work at a museum, but you definitely get more than you get here.
Right. Is there a museum near here?
Up near the spies.
Okay. Next question. Sorry to interrupt, but you mentioned something. I don't think I'm not in the thousands by any means, age-wise. What was that you mentioned? The old breaking?
Yeah, the breaking. When we broke off everything else.
Were you around for that?
Oh,
I've never heard anybody mention it like they were there.
that was old great granny. She was around for that, but I ain't quite that old.
What did she say happened?
Well, the gods got pissed off, smited us right off the side of the world. Now we just kind of live here.
What did we
And the
do
gods
to deserve this?
No idea. Never asked.
Hmm.
I just thought the gods were pissy.
just that makes sense. Did you say guards, like the civil servants outside walking around, did this?
No, the gods. Big angry folk in the sky.
Gods. All right.
You'll see the lightning from time
Well,
to
that's what
time.
I
They're
thought.
still pissed off.
Oh. Does the lightning always happen in the same place? I don't notice if I've ever seen it in the same spot all the time.
Nah, usually you'll see it over near the spires, but it's all strange.
So what
Yeah,
happens if we were
spires.
to travel? So you said we got split off from the rest of the world. We would just fall off the side of the world?
No, you'd end up on the other side.
Okay. So is there any other cities around?
City? No, just us. We can go visit the other
Hmm.
villages, but nobody usually does unless you live there.
Right.
And who runs this
You
city? I'm sorry. I don't know how the city is run. Like, is there who do the guards work for? Let me put it that way.
Oh, they work for the nobles.
Oh, okay. Noble. Gotcha. Go ahead, Bella.
no, right. I was just going to ask, you mentioned your great granny. I don't know how long she lives or you live for. Is she still around?
No, she long dead.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know anything about my great granny either. Um, is there anybody alive now that was alive when the break off happened?
Nah, it's been too long.
You know, sometimes you just gotta ask, right? I mean, you only hear so much, and it's nice to know if there's any more information you could learn.
Yeah, but if you want to look, you might go to the spires. Anybody knows it, it's going to be the High
Spires.
Scholar.
Right, so the spires have the museum, the High Scholar, and most the lightning. I like that.
Yeah,
How
just
And
over.
which way was that out again?
Oh, go towards the center of the city, in the nobles district. The big spires, you see them in the distance. Wind Ribbon and her people probably can tell you more about it. We only know a little bit.
How far from here is the walk?
Probably 3 miles.
Oh, I see. So this is a big city that we're in.
It's the only one.
Just one other question. How often do people from the villages come visit?
They come to sell goods from time to time. They're usually just farming though, but that's about it. So you'll get an influx of people coming in every day.
Yeah, right, that makes sense. 'Cause and just different people all the time, so difficult to recognize them unless they tell you they're from one of the villages.
Well, yeah, probably.
Makes sense. Wonderful. Friend, do you have any other questions for the fine shopkeep?
Yes, I was just wondering, have you happened to see any folks wearing matching red cloaks by chance? Either in your
Matching
store or what?
red. The high scholars tend to wear red.
The host scholars? But nobody around, like, in your shop or around the market. Huh?
I mean, as I said, some of the scholars come down here. They'll be in red. Guards are in red. Usually, it's a mark of the city.
I see. Okay, no worries.
Make
Thank you so much.
Oh,
We're gonna go try our luck at the museum with these blades, and if if they don't want them, then maybe we'll come back and offer them to you.
Well, alrighty. I just want to make sure you get everything you need.
Yes, and I'm gonna look around. Is there armor in this shop at all, or is just
Only
is it
in
like
the style of what you've seen for the guard.
okay? So it's like leather or studded leather, but there's
Chain
no. It's
shirts.
like
It's not even leather.
oh, okay. So there's definitely no like chain or anything like that.
There's chain shirts.
Okay.
No chain, no full chain mail, but
Right.
there
That's
is
what I
chain
meant.
shirts.
Okay.
and
Okay.
just a bunch of daggers?
Yep. A lot of those are the
Oh, they're-
only weapon that's here. You see farming utensils, general blacksmith, nails, that kind of thing. That seems to be the bulk of their selling, but you have a nice selection of fine daggers, and the only thing in terms of like gear you would be looking for is like spears, spearheads, arrowheads, and the guard's armor.
I'll rephrase. Bella's not necessarily looking for gear that we as an adventuring party would use. She's just more curious, like what type of gear they keep. If it looks like it's just been here for a while. Like this just seems like how they've always been.
I mean, like straight up, that's what I mean. You have the
Okay.
standard blacksmith, like horseshoes, nails, chain links for fences, that kind of stuff seems to be the bulk of their stuff. The only thing that steps away from it are the daggers, arrowheads, spearheads, and the guard armor. The rest is standard,
And if
just
it's
normal, everyday
So
blacksmith.
I'm gonna look at the arrowheads and stuff. Could I convert those to crossbow bolts if I needed to, um, or
Uh,
make bolts out of them?
it would take some. It would take wood crafting tools to do so. Do you have those?
No.
Then no. Because the arrowheads themselves can go on either. They might need a little rebalancing or go a little wonky, but it's not that big of a problem. Your main issue is making the shaft, which is wood carving tool.
Okay. Well, I'll keep looking. Um. Okay. That's basically. I think I'm ready to go. Let's go back
uh,
to the inn and see what the other us are up to.
as soon as we walk out the door, Bella is going to stop Seal and make sure no one is like right in a super close vicinity and just whisper, right, you said a psychic link. While I definitely need a nap, I think that you should tell Selwyn and Junie to go ahead and come on back and meet us at the tavern because I think we should have a meeting real quick
Okay.
before they go explore.
I will do that. I'll mention to Selwyn. Hey, Selwyn, we want to have a quick group meeting just based on what we've saw so far. If you could meet us
Before
at
you
the inn.
finish that, there is something that you notice, as there seems to be something going on here in the market that draws your attention. As everybody is turning to look at something, and you can hear guards coming.
I turn to look.
Suck.
You
I was going
look.
to push Seal away and say, you need to get out of here. Please make him go because she's pretty sure she's going to get arrested.
Oh no, they're not looking at you. They're looking
Oh,
down the
thank
road.
God.
They're looking at something else. They're not
So,
looking at you guys. They're
Okay, we're
looking
gonna.
down the
Is it
road.
like? Do we see what they see?
Yes, you're coming out of the there's a staircase leading down. It's a small one, but you are higher up, so you can see over the heads when you went up to get into the shop. But you can see a ways off. There seems to be a finely dressed man who is staggering left and right, holding his head, muttering something. You can't hear it, but everybody seems concerned. People have approached him, but you can see he twitches at them and they immediately back off, and you can see the guards in the distance on the way.
Okay, I'm going to immediately let Xanth, Cornelius, and Selwyn know what I see. Hey guys, there's someone out here, and there's a big commotion. And then I'm going to make my way towards, just behind the guards, a little bit, just to investigate.
Bella doesn't know if she's giving him location or not, but she's definitely gonna just be like, "Yeah, I need to meet back at the tavern and go over things before everybody splits off again. I don't think this is a normal place. It's more than weird." And just as he's walking away, she's gonna just kind of growl that out to him, and she'll slowly approach with him and just be like, "This is not a good fucking idea," and just kind of follow him.
I just want to see what they say.
That being said, getting that message, just looks at Cornelius and goes, "Fancy taking a walk?"
Sure, why not?
She is going to put your arm in hers, and we're going to walk out here like you're taking me on a very friendly stroll to point out things so that I remember.
I don't even think Dalton's connected. I think he's just asleep.
I was gonna say, yeah, above table, I think the only people who are able to talk to Dalton are Xanth and Cornelius. That was the only reason I mentioned Dalton. Well, I put it in chat so they knew.
Here's the thing is I don't know that Dalton's not connected.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I assumed I told everyone that the 3 people that I was connected.
Okay, then we'll grab Dalton on the way out.
Go kick him awake.
I think as Bella's following CL, just gonna be like, all right, let's try not to get arrested because I don't know how they're gonna get us out of here. And if they realize what's going on with us, we're in some trouble. And you going with CL up to whatever
Did
is
Bella
going
cut out
on.
for anyone but except for me?
I heard somewhat.
I heard it all.
Nope, probably me.
Same, I heard.
Yeah, I heard everything.
But CL, as you and Mirabelle are approaching, Dalton, before I go on, Dalton, did you leave with Xanth and Cornelius? When they came
No,
and woke
I
your
was
butt up?
sleeping. Yeah, I probably went with him. Yeah.
Yeah, they came and got you, and when are you coming with us? And you got kidnapped. So,
Yeah.
as CL, you and Bella are approaching, you see people are keeping a ways back as the guards are getting there ahead of you and cordoning off the area a little bit, keeping people back as 2 of them have gone up to this individual and are talking softly with him. Can I get a perception check from the pair of you?
I'm gonna hero point it. Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute talking to myself there.
You're good.
Just la la la, having conversations with myself. Yay,
CL,
hero points.
you're having an issue kind of getting an idea of what's going on, but Bella, you are a little more on the level as you are watching. It seems you can see the guards are worried about this individual and they're talking quietly with him. Lord Vale, is everything all right? What's going on? Why are you this far out in you night things? You should be all dressed up now. No, you look a mess, man. Is something wrong? Your sister, is she okay? Did something happen? Bella, can I get a quick investigation from you?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I want to just let it be as bad as it's gonna be. Or hero point it one more time. I got him. It's not gonna be good. Sorry. Just laughing at my
Bella,
stats there. So
while you don't understand what's being said, you immediately clock an issue with the way this man is speaking. It seems to be in a jumble, but it seems to be in a jumble because he's speaking backwards. As you're immediately clocking some words you're familiar with, just heard backwards. Another thing you're noticing as you're looking around, while this is happening, you can see there's a strange red light in his eyes. And as you're looking at it, you're seeing people around you start to twitch a little bit, but they don't seem to notice, as they seem to be repeating actions and wordings, all centered around this man.
is going to look at CL and say, right, I'm probably going to get in a lot of trouble for this. And then she's just very quickly going to run down, let the others know there's some weird riff shit happening. He's speaking backwards, his eyes are red, and it's affecting the others. And then she is just going to fucking charge forward and pick this man up and run.
I'm just going to be surprised.
She told you all of that before she did it because you
Right.
have
I'm
like the
gonna be
mental links that you can
right.
pass it on, but she just wants you to not go with her,
I
kind
got
of
you.
her thing. And so she's just going to try and get him. And as she's grabbing him, she's going to say to the guards, he's got an infection. His eyes are glowing. It's spreading to the others. We have to get him to the hospital quick, and just try and run with him towards the spire.
They seem to already be doing that same thing, having come to a similar conclusion, because as you're coming up, you hear something about medical. Oh, this lady will help. Come on, we're going to medical. You should get your friend, by the way. We need to get her checked out. But this way, as it's the same guard you ran into earlier.
At the same, oh, they're like, it's spreading to other people. Whatever's happening to him, it's going and affecting the others around. They were doing, he's speaking. She's going to repeat it. And she is going to yell really loud, medical CL, just so like CL knows where they're going. Just scream that
Sure,
out
I
to
got
him.
you.
What do you mean? He's talking
Because she
fine.
doesn't have the mental connection. What? No, he's speaking backwards. How do you not know that? He's talking backwards.
No, he's not.
Is he no longer speaking backwards?
He's absolutely speaking backwards.
Their eyes looking red?
You can see it. Yeah.
Uh,
The guard isn't.
Clarification. Yeah, I was gonna say clarification. Are the guards' eyes red?
No, it's the guy on the ground, the Lord Vale, they refer to him as.
Did it not help when Bella picked him up? And are we not in motion with this guy at this point
Oh
to
no,
medical?
they're going
Just out of
with you,
curiosity.
but they're not sure
Okay.
what you're talking
And
about.
the
Him
guards
talking
look.
backwards.
Bella has no medical training. She's just like, this is really bad. She's gonna be like, I told them to. Okay. She's like, shit, I'm the worst person for this in the world, and she's running with a man because she's worried about this spreading. The guards look like, no, he's speaking backwards. You couldn't understand him a minute ago. I overheard. He was acting weird. You even noticed.
He said that he was having nightmares and things of that nature.
Why is this guy? God damn it! Why did I run off alone? She's so bad for this. I'm trying to think of what she would actually think to do about this, and be like, no, look, he's all right. I know this doesn't sound right, but he's speaking backwards. He's been confusing everyone. That was why everybody was jumping away from him back there. You guys arrived. You noticed he was acting a bit weird. He looks weird. Do you not see his eyes look funny?
Well, his eyes look fine to me. I'll agree he's acting weird, especially for a lord, but either way, we'll get him checked out at medical. Come on. Ain't no time to wait. If you're right and something's going on, we all need to be prepared. So let's move.
I was just really
He
hoping that
takes out
CL
a
passed the
horn
message.
and blasts, getting people out the fucking way as y'all are booking it.
All right.
I'm going to try to follow like 60 to 100 feet behind. And I'll also let everyone else that I'm linked with know where we're headed.
I think at that, Xanth will have the boys hustle the bustles.
Gotcha.
We're just gonna start sprinting that way.
Yeah, this,
We'll hope that Selwyn and Junie are, because I think this is the first time in a D&D game, like above table, that I've had magic walkie-talkies. This has been interesting.
But as that is going on and y'all are rushing towards this unknown medical place, I think for today, that is where we're going to leave it as y'all run away with Lord Vale. So, good job, you guys. It was a lot of fun. I'm definitely enjoying watching y'all trying to figure this out. And for those listening in today, I thank you as well for stopping by, and I hope you come back next week to see what kind of mess the party's landed themselves in. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.